शक्यशाकिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे क्षमे कामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वैष्णवाय महाराजाय नमः
சனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்றடி மலனடி போற்றி மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெரும் துறையினம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோம் அருள் தருவாய் கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்டையும் இனி கரம் தந்து காத்திட்டு கருணை மழையை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அலவத்மம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட நிற்கிறேன் வாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற ஈசனே சிந்தை கவரும் வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோம் அருள் தருவாய் மெய்யினில் வில்வமும் நிறையா கடல் நீர் குடியோடு தரிசனம் அருளவா செம்பொன் மாழ சிற்றவை தனிலே சிந்தை கவர்ந்த உன்னை சிக்கன பிடித்தேனே வந்தும் புகழ் பெறும் நான் வரை நாயகா மதியினில் நிறைந்திடுவாய் மதி உணராதவர்க்கு மதி உணர் செய்திட வான்மழ நீ ஏந்திவா அறவாடிட கை சூழ்ந்திட புலித்தோலோடு நீ வருவாய் சுந்தரேசனே அண்ணாமலை உதித்த நித்யநந்தனே சித்து அச்சித்தெல்லாம் முன்னாலே இயக்கும் முன்னாலே உந்தன் கண்ணாலே சிகையில் அணிந்திட்ட மதியாலே மதிலின் மொழியாலே தெளிந்திடும் வழியாலே ஜீவன் முக்தி பெற விழைந்தோமே உந்தன் திருவடியை தொழுதோமே வேள்வியாகினாய் கேள்வியாகினாய் கேள்வி காண பதிலுமாகினாய் ஊழியாகினாய் உலகுமாகினாய் அதுமாகி அருள்படி தரு கல்வ விதைகள் தீர்க்கும் காசிநாதனே எங்கள் கல்வம் போக்கி எம்மையாளும் நேசனே ஏகாந்தமாக ஏக பாதம் தூக்கியே எங்கள் மணியாரை காக்க வேண்டும் நித்யநந்தனே ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் உன்னையே கதிகல
राजाधिराजाय प्रषड्यशालिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे श्यामे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः
ஈசனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்றடி மலனடி போற்றி மாயப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெருந்துரையிடம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் பூவோடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோம் அருள் தருவாய் கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்டையும் இனி கரம் தந்து காத்திட்டு கருணை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அலவத்மம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட நிற்கிறேன் வாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய்
परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam. We welcome all the members of Rajya Sabha, all the Paramashiva Sena participants. We welcome every one of you that are joining here, all the Paramashivoham participants, all the members of Kailasa's Rajya Sabha, members of Kailasa's Chit Sabha, and all the devotees, disciples, e-Kailasians, citizens of Kailasa, every one of you that are joining here for this very special satsang. Today, what all of us are going to be preparing ourselves for, what all of us are going to be receiving today is very, very special. We're all going to be celebrating today, commemorating the victory for all the Hindus, or I should say, the fruition of the prayer of millions of Hindus that happened, manifested as reality today on this very day. Today, we all stand at the threshold of a new beginning. Today is the Hindu Tamil New Year, a day of renewal, hope, and celebration. But this day holds even deeper significance for all of us in Kailasa. Because today it marks the anniversary of Kailasa Avattipalayam, Kailasa Tiruchengur, and also Kailasa, Ohio. These are the two places on this day and multiple other Kailasas which were inaugurated today, and Swamiji blessed the whole humanity with it on this very day. So there's a lot to celebrate today because Swamiji started the journey of Kailasa, the enlightened civilizational nation, revival of the enlightened civilizational nation, envisioned and built by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, started from the humble banks of the river Kaveri and all the way up to the serene confluence of rivers in Ohio. Today marks the beginning of all various different Kailasas, specifically Kailasa Avattipalayam, Tiruchengur, and Kailasa in Ohio. Today, for every viewer that is joining us, for many of you across the globe, this day is very special as this day marks the new year. This day marks the beginning of an auspicious start. And this day also is the day where we all commemorate, we all celebrate the tireless dedication and sacrifice of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which today stands as Kailasa, the world's only Hindu nation, where all of us Hindus can proudly call our home. Kailasa was revived and gifted to Swamiji today on this very day through the humble beginnings of the very first Kailasa. So there are a lot of different things, and very soon we're all going to be entering into the Nithyananda Satsang. Today we will be having, on this sacred occasion marking the celebration, we will be having a special darshan and live darshan and blessings from Swamiji today for every one of you that are joining. So I request, before we enter, I would like to request all the participants and all the Rajya Sabha members, Chit Sabha members, please take a moment, and I request every one of you to share, invite all your friends, family members, every one of them, and all of them can join here right now. Please take a moment, share and invite all of them. On this day, 24 years ago, when Swamiji was just 23 years old, on the serene banks of the river Kaveri, as she gushes and flows, in a village called Avattipalayam, there's a beautiful place called Bhavani Sangamam, where the confluence of three sacred rivers, Kaveri, Bhavani, and Amrita, happens. And on the banks of this very same river was the predetermined first step for the grand happening of Kailasa on planet Earth again. It is on this very day. The humble beginnings of Kailasa, the revival of Kailasa, the grand revival of Kailasa on planet Earth happened again. This revival is extremely significant because it was with this revival that it was a breakthrough, a new opening for the humanity itself, not just for Kailasa, for the whole humanity itself. Because Swamiji took, as just as a 23-year-old, Swamiji took a visionary, monumental step, which this particular Kailasa is nestled on the banks of the river Kaveri. Kailasa Tiruchengood was inaugurated. This went on to revive the colossal mission of the enlightened civilization Kailasa. This was more than a temple. This was a foundation of a dream that would fulfill the prayer of millions of Hindus. This was an audacious start for a 23-year-old who turned the tides of the human history with his hard work. This beginning of Kailasa was so special, is so special for all of us Hindus, because for the first time in the human history, in fact, all the Hindus, we had an opportunity for the first time in the modern millennia, we all have an opportunity to call a nation our own, where you will have the constitutional rights to practice Hinduism. Your constitutional right is to live the divine experience of being Paramashiva. This is being bestowed to you through the Kailasa. But today, the Kailasa that is being celebrated by everyone started way back on the 14th of April 2001. And here you can see in Swamiji's own writing, to mark this day, Swamiji had in this picture, in this photograph, Swamiji had himself written. You all can take a moment. It's written in Tamil here.
This is where how it began. And today we have this as a historic part. This day, it's a very auspicious day where Hindus from around the world celebrate this auspicious day as our New Year. From here, a new year, a new beginning starts for all of us. And many auspicious things you get to start on this very day. We plan, we organize so many things in our life based on this very auspicious moment. And what this day also holds is a historic moment, not just in the history of Kailasa and not even just in the history of Hinduism, but this day set forth to transform the very course of humanity itself. Until the year 1978, the very idea that there is a possibility for Hindu nation, it had almost diminished after the British colonization. The years of relentless persecution that we as Hindus had to face, had to be subject to, our ancestors, the great heroes of Hinduism, whether it was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj or his son Chhatrapati Shambhaji Maharaj, who all bravely fought till the very last breath for forming a Hindu nation. But after relentless persecution that we faced, understand, we didn't face for a few years or just few decades, not even just a century. We faced over 2000 years of relentless persecution and Holocaust, the Hindu Holocaust. So it at that time when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had descended on this planet and was in his young years, when Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, he was being trained by his gurus who had chosen him, recognized how Swamiji is an avatar of Paramashiva, and they started training from all multiple different aspects. And at that time, the situation for Hindus was very, very hostile. Unfortunately, Hindus ourselves did not even know what exact situation we are in. We were in such deep slumber. And they would not understand that, and not even think that there is a possibility for a Hindu nation to happen. And that's exactly what Swamiji had completely transformed by making Kailasa happen.
And it is at this time that when Swamiji started the revival of Kailasa, one of the most important, one of the most biggest breakthroughs, the superconscious breakthrough literally for the whole of humanity began. Like she was just sharing, the time when Swamiji had descended on planet Earth, even 1979 would have been too late. Swamiji descended on planet Earth at such a crucial juncture that it was the most crucial, the most important time for the whole of humanity that Swamiji revived. It is towards the end of 1999, Swamiji had received the initiation from Hamsananda Puri. And while serving, Swamiji was serving Hamsananda Puri, at that time, Swamiji received the name Paramahamsa Nithyananda. With this declaration from Hamsananda Puri, it was confirmed that Swamiji had come to revive the Hindu Dharma, the Hindu nation, and gift it to the whole of humanity. And Swamiji had at that time an intense avataric realization where Swamiji took up the responsibility, the colossal mission of leading the whole of humanity into the superconscious breakthrough. And at this time, Swamiji was just 21 years old. Swamiji was just 21 years old when he took up the responsibility of reviving Kailasa, the colossal mission of giving the superconscious breakthrough to humanity on his shoulders. It is on this very, this just at the age of 21 And here you can see the picture, the photograph, where Swamiji had actually taken this responsibility unto himself and of reviving the Kailasa, the mission of Kailasa. And it is at this time that Swamiji went into an intense great pause. And at that time, Swamiji started intensely experiencing the samadhi, descending that whole energy. And for the subsequent 9 months, beginning from there, after this powerful awakening, it was a great pause. Great pause means a period of deep samadhi, meditation, where a state of higher consciousness literally possessed Swamiji's body and prepared the entire system of Swamiji's for a superconscious breakthrough. And in Swamiji's life itself, this was a second time. The first time being when Swamiji had the first enlightenment experience at the age of 12. Now, the body was getting prepared for even bigger. The body of Swamiji's was getting prepared to lead the whole humanity into an enlightened superconscious breakthrough. And this period was characterized by long stretches of days, weeks, and months of samadhi, where Swamiji would just settle into that intense samadhi space. And at that time, Swamiji was entered into that samadhi. He started settling into the body. And as soon as Swamiji was able to, he traveled back to his own hometown, Tiruvannamalai. And from there, Swamiji traveled to the sacred place, the Kaveri, in Avattipalayam, in Kailasa Tiruchengur, present day where we have the Kailasa Tiruchengur, taking the responsibility of unto himself to establish, to gift this greatest of experience to the whole of humanity. And this was the beginning of the Kailasa that Swamiji gifted to the humanity.
So this is where it started. And by the end of the year 2000, it came the time for declaration of a Hindu nation. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is rooted in rituals and worship. The supreme pontiff of Hinduism started this grand mission by first giving the offering to the gods and goddesses of Kailasa. This was a very grand celebration and event in the year 2000 itself, 25 years back. And as per the Hindu tradition, any new venture starts auspiciously only with the declaration of the sankalpa. You always take a sankalpa, means a conscious will, a conscious resolution. And once you declare that, once you make that conscious sankalpa, that automatically is infused when you do the rituals of that. It's infused with that abundant energy as a blessing from the divine for such a grand venture, such as the revival of a Hindu nation. There was not just a single ritual, but a series of them. It came to be a period of intense ritualistic austerities known as the Satya Sankalpa for reviving Kailasa. Swamiji, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, himself used to sit and offer the ritual. He himself offered the Chandi Homa, and it was continuous, like we mentioned, it was a series of rituals. And Swamiji used do the Chandi Homa. This is directly in the Rajarajeshwari temple, which is in the Girivala Girivalam pathway around Arunachala. That is where Swamiji. Here, Swamiji took the a conscious resolution, a declaration that that a Hindu nation, Swamiji is going to be reviving Hindu nation, Kailasa. Understand, this was in the year 2000. And by 2001, a new era was beginning. A new era for Hinduism itself and the nation of Kailasa. Because the inauguration of the very first, the new Adinam, a temple monastery complex in the banks of River Kaveri in Tiruchengood was the predetermined first step for the grand happening of Kailasa on planet Earth again. This is exactly where the beginnings as of a new era for the whole of Sanatana Hindu Dharma started. And this is one of the historic events that today, as a part of this auspicious occasion of Tamil New Year, the Vedic New Year, we are going to be observing a celebration of this historic moment as well.
And on this day of 14th of April, Swamiji started the first ever Kailasa. The first seeds of Kailasa were sown. As you all can see, Swamiji named the first Kailasa Sri Ramakrishna Dhyana Peetam. This was started in the banks of River Kaveri in a very small property. Actually, it's a very beautiful story of how Swamiji, got this first Kailasa, where Swamiji would every day, he would sit on the pavilion of a cycle. And because Swamiji's body, after enlightenment and after that intense realization of the avataric mission, Swamiji's body was in such samadhi that Swamiji cannot ride the cycle himself and balance. So Swamiji used to sit on the pavilion and he used to ride the bicycle, go visit the homes of the devotees and offer them healing. And in one such instance, a person was healed from a deadly disease that would take away his life. Doctors had given up hope on him. And miraculously, just with one touch of Swamiji, Swamiji just said, I will take care, and healed him. From that day onwards, his whole disease that could have taken his whole life just disappeared and fully healed. A medical miracle. And as a token of gratitude, the devotee offered the small piece of land on the banks of River Kaveri. And the moment, the very first, please understand, this is something I'd like to highlight here. The first time Swamiji got a land, Swamiji didn't even have a roof over himself. So Swamiji didn't say, let me make a house for myself, temporary residence, and then let me from there look for another place. No. The very first declaration that Swamiji made, as soon as he received it, is, you have given this land. I dedicate this for the revival of my mission. I dedicate this for the humanity. And then and there, that very moment, Swamiji declared, inaugurated, and the first Kailasa was called Sri Ramakrishna Dhyana Peetam as a token of gratitude because Swamiji had offered to Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and Swamiji named the Kailasa Sri Ramakrishna Dhyana Peetam and started it from there. And here you all can see in the picture, even the roof is not complete of the structure. This structure, even the roof is not complete. Swamiji's, like the very first beginning, the moment Swamiji started, it was a fruition of 23 years of the hard work of Swamiji's, and where Swamiji dedicated every moment working on ground, one at a time, for reviving this grand mission.
You all can see in this particular photograph, the whole construction, everything is there. Behind that, only this photograph that we saw itself was taken. You can see exactly all the photos being held, like how we showed the historical picture, the date written on it, handwritten directly by the Supreme. Here, without anything, this was like literally getting built. Swamiji himself used to, was just old at this time. And he himself used to make the bricks and actually build the whole building physically. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself used to build the whole building, and just a thatched roof, that's it. Here it began the seeds of Kailasa. You all can see here it is Supreme Pontiff of, and along with the Tondai Mandala Adinam, the predecessor of the Supreme Pontiff.
And actually, it is on this very occasion, Swamiji was actually coronated as the successor of the Tondai Mandalam Adinam. He was already coronated. And with this revival, Swamiji kick-started the whole mission of serving the humanity. And I see, if you just study Swamiji's life, it was only Swamiji was just 23 years old this time. And to take on such a colossal mission on his shoulders, the amount of tapas that Swamiji did, the hard work that Swamiji did, it started from his very birth. I should say even before his very birth, because his very birth happened for this purpose. Every second of Swamiji's life was dedicated for this very purpose. And to summarize Swamiji's whole life in one word is to say Shraddha. Simple, hard work with integrity. One at a time, without giving up each aspect. Swamiji poured his life, blood, sweat, and built Kailasa. The summary of Swamiji's life is simple, hard work with integrity.
The first and foremost sacred secret I want you to know. Integrity is falling in love with your higher personality. Understand? You do have Sadashivatva in you. You are hardwired for it. It's not that your Sadashivatva is gift from somebody. No. Understand? Just like how when you fall asleep, you put an alarm and tell the alarm, hey, wake me up tomorrow morning. Same way, that's exactly the way I sent my gurus. I sent my gurus to the planet Earth ahead of me and said, hey, I am coming. Wake me up when I assume the human body. My alarm clocks were my gurus. Hey, wake me up. Understand? They just reminded me to fall in love with my higher personality. Sadashiva. I started my public life in a very young age. Immediately after 12, after I realized my enlightenment, I took my first Padayatra as per my Guru's instruction. That Padayatra is my first enriching Padayatra. See, I should say, I started organized public life in 2000. But my public life started when I was 12. How I started my public life? One person at a time. I'll walk from village to village, sit, spend some time, and small boy, naturally people will be curious, all alone. They will come and try to talk to me. Then I'll start talking to them and start enriching. Whatever little way I know. It was a raw, crude, ground level way. One person at a time. So I decided I am going to start my own way. One person at a time.
என்னுடைய ரூம் பக்கத்துல ரூம் தான் அவர் இருந்தாப்புல. ஒரு சின்ன இரும்பு பெட்டி ஒன்று இருக்கும். அந்த இரும்பு பெட்டியில தினந்தோறும் காலையில் 5 மணிக்கு எழுந்து ஒரே நபர் எங்க ஹாஸ்டல்லே முதல் நபர் அவராக தான் இருப்பாரு. குளிச்சுட்டு வந்துட்டு தினந்தோறும் பூஜை செய்வாப்புல. பூஜை செய்து விட்டுட்டு யாரெல்லாம் அவர்கிட்ட போயிட்டு ஆசீர்வாதம் கேட்கிறாரோ அவர் திண்ணூறு வச்சு இன்றைய நாள் நன்றாக இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி எல்லாருக்கும் ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணுவாப்புல.
ஏன் அவர் சிரிச்சுட்டே தான் இருக்கிறாரு. ஆனா அந்த சிரிப்பினுடைய அர்த்தம் எனக்கு இப்பதான் கரெக்டா புரியுது. ஏன்னா அது ஒரு தெய்வீக சிரிப்புன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அந்த தெய்வீக சிரிப்பை என்னால இப்பவும் நல்லா உணர முடியும்.
ரூம்குள்ள வந்துட்டாருன்னா ஒண்ணு சும்மாவே இருக்க மாட்டாரு, புக் எடுத்து படிப்பாரு, இல்ல அந்த சிலைகளுக்கான அலங்காரங்கள் பண்றது இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பாரு. இல்லைன்னா எந்நேரம் பார்த்தாலும் ஒரு அந்த மெடிடேஷனோ இல்ல வேற ஒரு பாவ நிலையிலயோ ரூம்குள்ளேயே நடந்துட்டு இருப்பாரு. இதுக்காக ஒர்க்கையும் டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ண மாட்டாரு. ஒர்க் டைம் வந்தா அதுல இருந்து இறங்கி வந்து உடனே வேலைக்கு போடுவாரு. வேலைக்கு போயிட்டாருன்னா அங்க சிரிச்சு பேசி ஜாலியா இருந்து அதே நேரத்தில் உன்னிப்பா கவனிக்கிறது.
Parivrajaka Yatra happens only when you move out of joy. I tell you, I was moving like a banyan leaf in the breeze. When a leaf falls from the tree, in the breeze how it moves. That's the way I moved in my life. That is why my Parivrajaka, even to remember, is a joy for me. I tell you, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So most smartest strategy is hard work with integrity. That's all. That's the most smartest strategy. I decided, let me sit and start doing, start empowering, start enriching. Actually, that is the way I remember me even now. When I close my eyes, I don't remember me sitting in a golden throne. When I close my eyes, I only remember the boy, village boy with a stick on his shoulder, a kamandalu. Before Hindus could recognize, I have created a very powerful enlightenment ecosystem. Everywhere, spiritual awakening is happening, enlightenment is happening. People are manifesting enlightenment, manifesting powers, everything. Kailasa is reviving the enlightenment ecosystem. The Kailasa will be the place where almost million power manifestors are living and running. At least 10 million temples and monasteries, which are spiritual embassies of Paramashiva, and reviving this enlightenment, power manifesting civilization. KAILASA is a place where everything related to super consciousness is revived. All the sampradaya, all the spiritual ecosystems. KAILASA is a place where everything related to super consciousness is revived. All the sampradaya, all the spiritual ecosystems created for enlightenment will be revived. And established in such a way it never gets lost again. There forever serving the humanity.
It is through this hard work with integrity, working one at a time, Swamiji manifested this whole Kailasa. Eres Lazowski is saying you're having an issue with uh, signing in. Eres Lazowski, could you try again? You can join through Paramashivoham program. You can click and join through Paramashivoham program Zoom, and you will be able to come and have the darshan of Swamiji through the two-way video conferencing. This is how Kailasa began. This is exactly, actually it is during the same time. The way how Swamiji manifested, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, manifested this whole Kailasa. Just even if you start learning about it, you will have so much of awakening in you. From day one, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism began offering spiritual services from this newly inaugurated ecosystem. Insight about the Vedic astrology. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism even used to do palm reading and water divining and way much more. This is how the whole Kailasa, the new enlightenment ecosystem, here all of you can see the pictures. People from various backgrounds would come. They would get blessings. And they'll see how anything they receive blessings for from Swamiji immediately manifests as a reality. They'd come and get blessings, and they will also receive an insight about their life, receive the direct guidance from Jyotisha, the Vedic astrology. During this time, the Supreme Court of countless number of people, even using herbal medicines, pure crystals. For anyone who could not come to him, he would make arrangements. Visit Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is to go house to house and bless people, shower them, to them.
உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can ask னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒண்ணுமில்லை, நீங்க எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can ask னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி
Welcome back. We are going to also be blessed with a very special live satsang. It's going to start today very soon, and tomorrow in Eastern Standard Time, tomorrow morning 9:30 a.m. we are going to be having the special Tamil satsang from Swamiji And in Indian Standard Time, that would be 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So 8 p.m. IST, we are going to be having the special satsang tomorrow, the 14th of April, special satsang. Now, this is how, like I was sharing with all of you, this is how the foundation of Kailasa was laid. You can all see here, one at a time, one at a time, how Swamiji used to conduct so many different things. This what you're seeing. Swamiji himself would personally conduct the programs, sessions, and immediately Swamiji had started. And if people could not come here, Swamiji himself would go to their home and visit their homes, give personal healing, including even celebrating the devotee's birthday, just being there, available for everyone. Being each person would feel Swamiji is part of my family. He is my own. And this is how thousands and millions would be. And this is the way how Swamiji started. Various rituals would happen. All this Swamiji was, this whole phase, Swamiji was just 23-year-old. And he would do everything by himself. Just 1 month after inauguration of this enlightenment ecosystem, on April 14th, the first Kailasa Vasis, the first residents of Kailasa in Tiruchendur, their own abode. From this point, Kailasa became the refuge and the safe haven that protected Hindus from all kinds of violence, be it physically, psychologically, or even spiritually. So beautifully, Swamiji says, in the 6 billion people, very few negligible, just not even thousand, few hundreds only recognize that cosmos is vibrating in the very frequency. Their body, they are vibrating and get a chance to be near that vibration. It is a huge process. And that is exactly what being a Kailasavasi means. There are many beings, actually, even here, many of you who might be here just to experience the avatar. There are many souls who have come and gone in the journey of Kailasa's revival, leaving their mark. And here we can all, the kind of enlightenment ecosystem that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had created, so powerful, where millions and millions of beings are continuously getting enriched. And this empowers even the global Hindu leaders that there is a hope now, because Hinduism is no more something that does not have political sovereignty. We had lost it. Actually, the sovereignty was never lost, but we were gaslighted that we can never have it. And we became victims of persecution for thousands of years. But this is the point where Swamiji had completely changed that very course of history. After this point onwards, millions of people from different parts of the world, from various countries, literally from every continent, people would come. And they would come here to have an experience. They would have transformations, physical healings, and spiritual experiences, experiencing enlightenment itself, manifesting the powers, and more than all of this, getting empowered about Hinduism, experiencing that conscious sovereignty being reclaimed. Swamiji, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, started this revival the most grandest way. And this is where, as all of us can see, different people from different backgrounds to come here and continuously. And here is where the Sankalpa was taken, like
From the time that Swamiji took the Satya Sankalpa to revive Kailasa, to gift Kailasa to humanity, every moment of Swamiji's life, Swamiji had dedicated for this. And the groundwork, Swamiji worked in the grassroots level to revive this Kailasa, to gift it to people. And it was not just, it was not just healing, not just programs. Every aspect of it, Swamiji was on the ground, attending to people one at a time, one at a time, awakening Hindus to Hinduism. Here you can see it's just a thatched hut. It is not even like a grand building, grand structure. But Swamiji had started. Even there, daily Swamiji used to conduct Kaveri Arati. Swamiji used to conduct the homas. Here you all can see this is a picture. Right after the homa, Swamiji is sitting and giving the darshan where various Kailasavasis, here the first batch of Kailasavasis, the people who realized at such a young age, Swamiji has taken this colossal mission on himself, seeing the dedication, the tyaga, the commitment of Swamiji. A huge group of people, a whole, Swamiji literally turned the tide of humanity. So many people started waking up, awakening to it. And when people saw a, a young boy who was just 24 years old, 23, 24 years old, and who had taken up this responsibility, who had started working day and night, every aspect, like we were sharing with you all. Swamiji used to sit on the pavilion of the cycle and he used to go meet people one at a time, give healing to them, invite them to the Adhinam so that they can benefit. And this is the way how he built. You all can see these are all people from nearby villages who all come there to listen to Swamiji's satsangs, who all come to sit and attend Swamiji's satsangs and to learn. And this is how Swamiji started Kailasa. This is exactly how Swamiji started the revival. So many people from different villages around the uh, uh, Tiruchangudadinam, they all used to come to listen to these truths. And if they are not able to come, Swamiji used to go to them. Swamiji used to go to each and every one of them and attend to each of them, share, bless each one of them, reveal through the satsangs. This is the exact way, the groundwork, raw, crude way of how Kailasa began. Here you all can see another picture, photograph, where Swamiji is doing the Meru Puja. On the banks of river Kaveri, Swamiji was sitting and doing the Meru Puja. Every aspect, for people who connect with rituals, through rituals. For people who are looking for healing, through healing. For people who are looking for Vastu solutions, Swamiji used to give the Vastu solution. Water divining, so much more. Every aspect.
Actually, that's something so beautiful because Swamiji was awakening Hinduism. Because as Hindus, we did not know so much of what our history is. We did not know what all are the different things that we can learn actually. What are the different things that we have in Sanatana Hindu Dharma? We did not know. It was during this time Swamiji was started the work, started reviving every aspect of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And to listen to Swamiji's satsangs and all the various discourses, programs, people would come flock from around the world, and many would even take leave and come, like exactly like how we are all now, right? And like today, we had a special session for all the Chit Sabha members and the Raj Sabha members, and especially mainly the Chit Sabha members, and we have the long session, a very, very beautiful, sweet session with Swamiji. Like how, despite your work or whatever you are in, and we all just immediately come together, people from different backgrounds would all come and sit at Swamiji's, experience how all their problems, their worries, every struggle that they're having, everything suddenly just diminished. And you all can just see the background, it's the thatched hut. This is where Swami, this is how Swami.
And when people who are really wanting to connect and when they are not able to come, Swamiji himself personally used to visit people's homes and accepting Pada Pujas and offering, inaugurating, seeing the Vastu energy of their house. Swamiji himself used to do it. Here you all can see in the picture This is the photograph where Swamiji is visiting the houses of devotees and accepting the Pada Puja. The simple beginnings, attending to one at a time to each one, and gracing, blessing every devotee. Here you all can see this is where Swamiji had visited one of the devotees' homes. This is when Swamiji was 23 years old in the year 2001, shortly after the inauguration of the Tiruchengood Kailasa Avatipalayam. And Swamiji had started visiting the homes of all the devotees. And actually, the way how Swamiji used to do, addressing the needs of people, even at that time. See, it is not when Kailasa expanded further and when we started, being growing globally even more, that the quality increased. No, from the very beginning, the quality was simply the best. Quantity increased, but quality is always the best. From the beginning, Swamiji himself used to sit. He himself will do the puja, set up the puja, go to the shops, procure the flowers, procure the items, the Vishesha Dravyams needed, and he would himself sit and do.
Actually, even for the Sankalpa, when Swamiji, as supreme point of Hinduism, took the Sankalpa to revive Kailasa and did multiple, it was a whole season of continuous rituals that Swamiji would sit intensely and do. Just give an example. See, if there are 108 different dravyams, like you can take it as sacred herbs, that needs to be offered during the homa. There are some options of, like, you can offer, let's say, as 21. Different variation numbers are there. But Swamiji would not compromise it for any reason. He himself would go to the shops, check the quality of those herbs, find out and choose the right one exactly as per the agamas. Then Swamiji himself will come back. He himself will sit and tie the kalasha. Why I'm specifically telling all this is because normally, like now when we do the homa, we have one person who will actually sit and tie the kalasha. Then while the other person actually goes, we only collect the dravyams would have already been purchased. But just imagine, like at that time, Swamiji would be himself doing all this entire preparation. And after doing the whole preparation, sitting in Chandi Homa is not a joke. He himself would sit full day. It's a full day sitting. Once you sit, you're not going to get up for the next 9-10 hours. Swamiji would sit and do the rituals. And he himself would be performing each of these rituals. And like I'm going to show you all a few photos where you can clearly see how Swamiji himself is sitting and performing these rituals. See, this is how actually right now in Kailasa, you will say, wow, the quality at which Swamiji is here. See the Meru, see everything that is there, and how Swamiji is organizing the whole thing. You will notice, like if you see the earlier videos, everything, all exactly as per the
Actually, this, how you can see, each of these Chandi Homa, the rituals that used to happen, are something that takes hours, 3 days, 4 days at a stretch. And Swamiji used to sit and not just ensuring the every dravyam, every single twig literally will be in place. You can see how the way the fire is, the way how the flowers are, the alankaram is done, every aspect. Swamiji himself will personally sit, arrange, and Swamiji will himself conduct the homa, do the offering, invoking Devi, and also blessing, manifesting as Devi Parashakti and blessing everyone. In all these, every aspect, Swamiji himself personally sat and attended to people.
உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can ask னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒண்ணுமில்லை, நீங்க எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can ask னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒண்ணுமில்லை, நீங்க எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can ask னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒண்ணுமில்லை, நீங்க எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can ask னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒண்ணுமில்லை, நீங்க எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there எனி லிமிட் ஆன் த நம்பர் ஆஃப் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் மீடியா கேன் ஆஸ்க்னு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒன்றும் இல்லை, நீங்கள் எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions media can askனு கேட்டிருக்கீங்க. அது மாதிரி ஒன்றும் இல்லை, நீங்கள் எவ்வளவு கேள்வி வேணாலும் கேளுங்க. உண்மையை தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக எந்த ஊடகம் கேள்வி கேட்டாலும் நிச்சயமாக பதிலளிக்க தயாராக இருக்கின்றோம், பதிலளித்துக் கொண்டுதான் இருப்போம். Is there any limit on the number of questions?
Nithyananda, we apologize for the technical glitch. All right. Now, we are all sharing with you all about how in Kailasa Tirushangur, the groundwork of Kailasa started. After taking the Satya Sankalpa, the conscious declaration to manifest Kailasa, Swamiji started the full-fledged revival of Kailasa, reviving the various different aspects of Kailasa. And with this began the superconscious, that shift, the superconscious breakthrough for the whole of humanity. Days before, this inauguration of Kailasa Tirushangur started, there were so many, obstacles, so many things, because it was literally, as you all saw, it was a structure without even a roof. But nothing could stop Swamiji. Nothing would. From the very beginning, this is one simple principle. No matter what happens, day or night, any time, any moment, no matter what the situation is, one thing Swamiji has never compromised is his commitment, his tyaga, his dedication to the purpose of his descent, which is to give the superconscious breakthrough to humanity. And after this, from the sacred rivers of Kaveri, began the mission, revival, after which Swamiji took the Kailasa, the vision of Kailasa global. Swamiji started various different Kailasas around the world, and the very first Kailasa that started around the world in the US was Kailasa, Ohio. The vision that Swamiji had and Swamiji's dedication to it, one at a time he built Kailasa, pouring his life into every moment, every detail, every soul that came. And today, millions of us Hindus see our dreams, our hopes, prayers come alive in these sacred places to have an ecosystem to spread this enlightenment science that Swamiji has revived. Today, across 150 countries around the globe, there are thousands of yoga centers, yoga shakas. There are healing centers, meditation centers, home temples, satsang centers, paduka mandirs, and libraries, goshala, anna mandir. So many places across the globe in 150 countries it is spread. Kailasa is more than a place. It is literally a living legacy of Swamiji's vision. And on this Tamil New Year, we are celebrating not just the beginning of Kailasa in Tiruchendur, we are also celebrating the inauguration of Kailasa, Ohio, where Swamiji had established the first Kailasa internationally in Kailasa, Ohio. And Swamiji had inaugurated. Swamiji himself carved the deities. Swamiji had established the world's largest sacred arts deities collection. where Swamiji collected all the sacred arts and sciences related to Hinduism and revived it. Swamiji himself traveled all the way to Ohio, and Swamiji had established Kailasa, Ohio on the 14th of April 2007. The Kumbhabhishekam of Kailasa, Ohio began, where Swamiji would, each person Swamiji attended, went, did the groundwork, re-established, revived. And here we would like to share the pictures with all of you. You can see where Swamiji had each deity, this particular deity that you're all seeing of Nithyanandeshwara and Nithyanandeshwari Parameshwara Shakti, were huge stone deities that were carved by Swamiji himself. And Swamiji had conducted the Prana Pratishtha and Kumbhabhishekam. Swamiji himself personally conducted the Prana Pratishtha and Kumbhabhishekam in Kailasa, Ohio. And this is where Swamiji, through this procession, is bringing the deities. And this is a picture where Swamiji is being welcomed.
Because after the 6 years, I think the Supreme Pontiff lost ocean. That is exactly what you see. Because on this very auspicious day of 14th of April, but almost 20 years back, in the year 2007, Kailasa, Ohio was inaugurated, the first full-fledged temple of Kailasa in the United States. This was not just a temple, it was a breakthrough. It was sowing the seeds of Kailasa on international soil. Located where 3 rivers meet, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism envisioned that this sacred space as the Western Prayag, a Triveni Sangam of the West. That is why the Kumbh Mela is also held here internationally as directly organized by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. It was very first time when Kumbh Mela was taken to the West and given access to all those who could not directly come to Prayag. And here, you all can see the deities that you're seeing here with Swamiji's own hands. He carved these huge granite deities of Nithyanandeshwara and Nithyanandeshwari, each weighing 2 tons, and consecrated them with their divine precision. Days before the inauguration, a challenge had arisen. And this is a very interesting one to know. Would the foundation hold these massive deities? And in a matter of days, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism micromanaged the replacement of the foundation, ensuring every detail was perfect. And through this way, this is actually how Swamiji is always meticulous, relentless, and divinely inspired. He just manifests Kailasa, building Kailasa with one brick at a time, making everything happen. And on that historic morning, 13th of April 2007, Kailasa, Ohio came alive. Its unique energy, unlike any other temple, this drew Hindus in large numbers with a very unique energy that it had, because this was radiating as the Prayag of West. And this was a gift that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism once again gifted to the whole of humanity. Kailasa, radiating divinity beyond borders.
And this vision, with this step, Swamiji reignited, reawakened Hindu identities for Hindus across the world, starting all the way from the humble beginnings in the banks of River Kaveri in Kailasa, Tiruchendur. Swamiji took this vision global. Swamiji ignited, reawakened the Hindu identity for Hindus across the borders in international countries, beginning from the US, and from there on spread to 150 countries. Today, in 150 countries, There are millions of born and practicing Hindus who celebrate the identity of being a Kailasian proudly. Because this strength, that is what Swamiji has revived and gifted. What Swamiji has gifted to the whole of humanity as an experience. Even here in Kailasa, Ohio, when Swamiji was establishing the Kailasa, the first thing it started, it was not like, already the whole place was there, everything was ready, there was someone waiting, and Swamiji had to just go and start. It was from the beginning, from the very scratch. Swamiji had worked on establishing Kailasa, right from identifying people, sharing with them the vision, right from inspiring people, sharing the vision of why Hindu nation is needed, and sharing the significance for temple. Here you can see Swamiji himself is conducting every ritual. This is all the different kalashas that are kept, and Swamiji is, you can see Swamiji is doing the kalasha puja, right from the, see, one beautiful thing I would like to highlight here. Each one, as each one are, every ritual is happening, it's not just Swamiji's attire is entirely agamic. Everyone there, you can see, even the priests who are assisting Swamiji are wearing kandi. Even the priests who are assisting Swamiji are wearing the traditional attire, agamic attire. Every bit of it was personally micromanaged by Swamiji himself. And here you all can see they are carrying the kalasha, and Swamiji himself is leading the procession. And right next to Kailasa, Ohio, is where 3 rivers converge. And that's why Swamiji is beautifully declared and blessed that to be the Sangam, Triveni Sangam of the West. And here the Kalasha water, blessed and energized by Swamiji, the Ganga water and the Triveni from Prayag was mixed into that river and blessed. You can see all the, and here we can see all the different devotees and people who are gathered here to receive the presidential address from Swamiji. And one thing that I would like to highlight here is when we are talking about the revival of Kailasa, for us to remember, Swamiji worked from the grassroots level. It is not just, when we say temple, it's not just what we would typically imagine as a temple. It is not revival of deities and the rituals of it. The whole ecosystem surrounding temple. To this day, what Swamiji ignited and started in 2001, to this day, all the Kailasas across the globe offer various of these initiatives and services to people, serving people, whether it is free sattvic meals, whether it is offering healing, whether it is free education, whether it is free animal shelters through goshalas. The whole ecosystem is being revived. That is the most important thing.
That is why Swamiji always says, temple is not just a building, it's that entire enlightenment ecosystem. And that is what precisely Swamiji is reviving. And you all see it so beautifully. We all from different parts of the world are able to enjoy Kailasa is because this sacrifice, what Swamiji started, how he himself personally did every single thing. Swamiji himself would do everything starting from scratch. Swamiji made this whole thing happen. And that is why today, sitting in different parts of the world, we all are able to enjoy this grand happening of Kailasa. And this moment, actually, the grand victory of Kailasa was actually observed even now recently in the Mahakumbh Mela, when we saw so many people from all the great sadhus, the who's who of Hinduism, the great leaders, pontiffs, Mahamandaleshas of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, they were sharing the way how they're feeling that pride being part of Kailasa, just to see, oh my God, really a Hindu nation has manifested what Swamiji has done, what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has manifested. It was a huge, monumental, historic moment.
And that is why today all the Hindu leaders, all the pontiffs celebrate the happening of Kailasa and the sacrifice, the dedication of Swamiji's. Here we would like to share a few clips. We have few various Mahamandaleshwars, Acharya Mahamandaleshwars, the pontiffs, the leaders of Hinduism, all of whom today celebrate, offer their gratitude for the work, the contribution that Swamiji has done. We're going to show a few clips, and some of these are in Hindi, and we will also be providing the translation for all of you of this. Here we can see the various different leaders, pontiffs who are offering their gratitude to Swamiji for the revival of Kailasa and the work that Swamiji is doing.
शुभकामनाएं आपके प्रति, आप हमारा गौरव है। हम फिर से भारत में बुलाएं और आपका वही ऊंचा स्थान जो रहा है, जो लोगों के दिलों में अभी भी है, उसे और गौरव प्रदान किया जाए, तो हमारी मंगल कामनाएं हैं। और आपसे समय के साथ में संपर्क भी होगा और हम निकट भविष्य में आपके साथ में बातचीत जरूर करेंगे।
मैं श्री श्री 1008 स्वामी कृष्णानंद जी महाराज महामंडलेश्वर प्रयागराज, भगवान नित्यानंद जी के बारे में काफी कुछ सुन रखा था मैंने, सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से भी और बाकी न्यूज के माध्यम से भी, सारे माध्यम से। उन्होंने अपना एक साम्राज्य नया बसाया है जिसका नाम है कैलासा। इसके नाम से ही प्रतीत होता है कि उन्होंने क्या बनाने की कोशिश की है, क्या करने की कोशिश की है। तो सभी लोगों से मैं निवेदन करूंगा कि कैलासा के बारे में जानने की कोशिश करें, भगवान नित्यानंद जी के बारे में, उनके सपनों के बारे में जानने की कोशिश करें। आपको लगे कि ये अच्छा है जैसा कि वो कर रहे हैं, तो आप एक इतिहास के बनने का भागीदार बने। तो ये हिस्ट्री क्रिएट करने के लिए जा रहे हैं भगवान नित्यानंद जी, और जो कैलासा साम्राज्य उन्होंने स्थापित किया है, उस हिस्ट्री के आप सब भागीदार बने, मेरा ये कहना है। और कहीं ना कहीं इनसे जुड़े, इनको समझे, इनकी विचारधारा को पहचाने कि ये हमें कहाँ पहुँचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, कहाँ ले जाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और ज्यादा से ज्यादा इनको फॉलो करें, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाइक करें, और इनके विचारधारा में साथ चलने की एक प्रेरणा जो है, इनके प्रेरणा स्रोत के, इनके मार्गदर्शन में हम लोग आगे बढ़े। और मेरी बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं हैं भगवान नित्यानंद जी के लिए, और मैं बेस्ट विशेष करता हूँ कैलासा के लिए, ईश्वर को बहुत बधाई करता हूँ। और जो मानवता का संदेश दे रहे हैं पूरे विश्व में, उस मानवता के संदेश को, उस भगवान के संदेश को सभी लोग को। जय हिंद, जय भारत, नमो नारायण।
चलो, कैलाश में कृष्ण का अवतार हो चुका है, धर्म स्थापना के लिए स्वामी जब आ गए, हमें भी एक पावर चाहिए जो लोग फॉलो करेंगे। हाँ, उन्होंने अपना घर बार छोड़ करके कैलाशा में लोग पहुँचे। हाँ, बड़ी बात, ये सब चीजें महाराज के साक्षात भगवान के अवतार। हाँ, वो जितने भी वैसे ही। हाँ, मैं समझता कि स्वामी जी तो इनकारनेशन ऑफ लॉर्ड शो, तो उनकी ऊर्जा देखो, ऊर्जा कितनी है, ऊर्जा वहाँ आने की। चलो,
मैं श्री श्री 1008 स्वामी कृष्णानंद जी महाराज महामंडलेश्वर प्रयागराज, भगवान नित्यानंद जी के बारे में काफी कुछ सुन रखा था मैंने, सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से भी और बाकी न्यूज के माध्यम से भी, सारे माध्यम से। उन्होंने अपना एक साम्राज्य नया बसाया है जिसका नाम है कैलासा। इसके नाम से ही प्रतीत होता है कि उन्होंने क्या बनाने की कोशिश की है, क्या करने की कोशिश की है। तो सभी लोगों से मैं निवेदन करूंगा कि कैलासा के बारे में जानने की कोशिश करें, भगवान नित्यानंद जी के बारे में, उनके सपनों के बारे में जानने की कोशिश करें। आपको लगे कि ये अच्छा है जैसा कि वो कर रहे हैं, तो आप एक इतिहास के बनने का भागीदार बने। तो ये हिस्ट्री क्रिएट करने के लिए जा रहे हैं भगवान नित्यानंद जी, और जो कैलासा साम्राज्य उन्होंने स्थापित किया है, उस हिस्ट्री के आप सब भागीदार बने, मेरा ये कहना है। और कहीं ना कहीं इनसे जुड़े, इनको समझे, इनकी विचारधारा को पहचाने कि ये हमें कहाँ पहुँचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, कहाँ ले जाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और ज्यादा से ज्यादा इनको फॉलो करें, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लाइक करें, और
इनके विचारधारा में साथ चलने की एक प्रेरणा जो है, इनके प्रेरणा स्रोत के इनके मार्गदर्शन में हम लोग आगे बढ़े। और मेरी बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं हैं भगवान नित्यानंद जी के लिए, और मैं देश के करता हूँ कैलासा के लिए, ईश्वर को बहुत थैंक करता हूँ। और जो ये मानवता का संदेश दे रहे हैं पूरे विश्व में, उस मानवता के संदेश को, उस भगवान के संदेश को सभी लोग को जय हिंद, जय भारत, नमो नारायण।
Yes, in each of these videos that we listen to, we hear the various pontiffs, Hindu leaders, and Hindu Acharya Mahamandaleshwars, all of whom are offering their gratitude for this revival. And it is time now for all of us to receive Swamiji, to receive the message on this auspicious Hindu New Year. Let us all start celebrating and entering into the new beginning with the blessings from Swamiji himself. Please sit straight. Sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Let us all get ready to receive the darshan. Connect to Swamiji. Prepare your whole inner space to receive the blessings on this auspicious Hindu New Year. Prepare your inner space to experience the new beginning with Swamiji's blessings. Any prayer that you want to ask, any prayer that you want to manifest, all of that you can manifest today with Swamiji's blessings. He himself is going to be here, available to bless, shower you with all the boons, auspiciousness, abundance, prosperity. The auspicious day where the revival of the grand vision of KAILASA began with the simple, hard work of Swamiji, the dedication, the tyaga of Swamiji. Today is the day we all celebrate the fruition of this hard work, which gifted all of us Hindus, our nation, a nation to call our home, a nation to call our own, KAILASA. Let us all get ready to receive the darshan. Please sit with your eyes closed.